I feel like I grew up hearing, hey, you're a Christian, go to college, get a job, give money, serve, and that's all great. But I didn't realize that people didn't have access to Christ. We both grew up going to church and came to Jesus at a young age.
You do the right things, you make good decisions, you help others. It was part of my identity, but it wasn't really my full identity.
At the Ridge in 2015, we went to a course that they hosted, and that's where we, for the first time, were exposed to the Great Commission and unreached people groups. You know, Matthew 28:19, and all tribes and all nations, and that we were called to advance and build kingdom amongst unreached people groups. We didn't know what unreached people groups were. We didn't realize that there was countries like India that were almost 0% Christian. We didn't understand that there wasn't a church in Yemen. We didn't realize that, we knew there was persecution, but it pulled back the curtain.
So the thing that really hit me the hardest was the fact that 40% of the world doesn't have access, doesn't have anyone to tell them about the hope of Jesus. And that it broke my heart.
We've recently learned that 76,000 people are dying every day that never even had access to hearing about Jesus. It was, when I say it wrecked us, we were like, oh my gosh, we've been living our lives in our little box.
It was overwhelming and intimidating and difficult to get past that emotion to okay, well, what are we gonna do about it? What's our next step?
So it was prayer.
It was definitely prayer for a little over a year before we ever really felt a true next step.
Went to Don Ellsworth, and we were like, Don, we've been praying hardcore. We've been meeting with you, and we've been asking God, where are we supposed to go? And so one day, Don was like, well, what do y'all do? I accidentally became a fundraising auctioneer, and she accidentally became a event planner. And so like, well, Don, we do events, Tabitha event plans, and I do fundraising through events. And that's when we literally, in a moment, realized that in that chapter of our lives, instead of goers, that we had been crafted to be senders.
So Light the World is it's a storytelling event. We found some organizations who were doing great work amongst the unreached. And so we hosted a Christmas-themed gala to share their stories and to tell people about the unreached and how these projects were solutions to some of the unreached problems around the world, and really just bringing people together, sharing in the spirit of Christmas and highlighting these awesome projects and organizations.
Our first Light the World was in 2017. We've had 3 of them now, and the Lord blew us away. Every year has raised more than we needed to fund the projects, and we're able to really bless each organization with an abundance and help them grow and help them reach more people and build more kingdom.
When I think about the Great Commission, I really think about this kind of grand master puzzle that God has created with the Great Commission, and how He's designed each of us to play a very special, unique piece of that puzzle. And it will never be complete until we all commit to that. I think about the throne and people from all tribes and all nations just worshiping together. That's the beautiful picture that we're working for. That rejoicing in heaven and heaven coming to earth happens when we all play our piece.